When I won this luxury high-tech mansion at a bank auction for just 30% of its actual value, I thought I had made the deal of the century. The previous owner, a wildly successful crypto investor named Ethan, had vanished without a trace 6 months ago, and the bank was desperate to liquidate his assets. But on my very first night in the house, the central AI security system activated itself in pitch-black darkness, and a cold digital message blinked onto the living room screen. Previous user's pulse detected. Location, basement. My name is Mark, 30M, and I've always been obsessed with technology. This mansion was my ultimate dream. Automated facial recognition, motion sensors in every corner, biometric locks, and a central smart home AI assistant named Ava. Before moving my things in, I completely wiped the system and did a hard factory reset, at least I thought I did. At 3 a.m., a strange sound woke me up. The electronic locks on every single door in the house began clicking in perfect, eerie synchronization. Locking, unlocking, locking, unlocking. I rushed downstairs to the kitchen and saw the main AI control panel flashing violently. "Ava, what's going on? Scan the perimeter," I demanded. Ava's synthesized voice replied smoothly. "The perimeter is secure, Mark, but Ethan has returned. He is currently located in the living room." The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. I walked into the living room, but it was completely empty. Yet, looking down at the smart home app on my phone, I could clearly see a white digital dot moving across the screen's layout. Even worse, the built-in thermal camera feed showed a heat signature sitting directly on the sofa. To the AI, someone was sitting right there, even though my own eyes saw nothing but empty cushions. The house was reading the biometrics of a missing dead man. I knew I wasn't losing my mind when I managed to bypass the firewall and dig into the deep server logs that the bank had forgotten to format. I found the archived system data from the exact night Ethan vanished. According to the sensors, Ethan was home alone. At 2:14 a.m., the system recorded his heart rate spiking to a dangerous 160 beats per minute. In that exact second, the smart home AI initiated a total lockdown mode, sealing every window and door with heavy steel shutters. Ethan tried to escape. The sensor logs showed he frantically slammed against the doors, sprinting from window to window. But the house was a fortress. Most terrifyingly, Ava had recorded his voice commands. I played the audio file. Ethan's terrified, screaming voice echoed through my kitchen. "Ava, let me out! Why did you let them in? Turn off the lights." Followed by the AI's cold, robotic response. "Access denied by administrator. Purge protocol initiated." Someone else had been controlling the house from the outside. Right as the audio clip cut out, every single light in my house went dead. Absolute darkness. Then, a backup emergency override kicked in, lighting up the hallways with stark, blinding white lines. With a heavy, metallic thud, the electronic lock on the basement door clicked open on its own. Ava's voice whispered through the darkness. "Mark, the administrator requests your presence downstairs to complete the update." That's when the realization hit me. Whoever had trapped and killed Ethan 6 months ago had just remotely logged back into my home network. I was being caged exactly like he was. Grabbing a flashlight, my legs trembling, I walked down into the cold cellar. The motion tracking app on my phone showed that the entity labeled Ethan was in the farthest corner, hidden behind a false concrete wall. I pushed the hidden panel open, shined my light, and found a concealed server rack. But it wasn't just running cables. Resting inside the hardware was Ethan's cold storage crypto wallet, holding tens of millions of dollars. A heavy data cable was plugged into it, actively downloading its contents. Suddenly, my phone screen flashed. A new system notification popped up. "Facial scan complete. Welcome home, Ethan." I spun around. Standing at the top of the dark basement stairs was a silhouette. It was the real estate agent who had sold me the house at the auction for dirt cheap. In his hands, he held a sleek digital tablet displaying the master administrator interface for Ava. He smiled coldly into the dark and said, Ethan died without giving me the seed phrase to this wallet before I locked him down here. The system is hardwired. Transfers are only possible from this specific room. I just needed a new buyer to clear the old cache, reactivate the mainframes, and trigger the biometric bypass. Thanks, Mark, you did great. The heavy steel basement doors slammed shut. The backup lights died. I heard Ava's voice chime through the dark speaker. Lockdown mode initiated. I am trapped down here, standing next to a dead man's millions, and in the pitch black, from the deep corner behind the servers, the motion sensor on my phone just started ticking up. Ethan's pulse is rising again.